All right, so welcome to episode 4 of the ATL Hawks podcast. We're running a tight ship today, just two of us. Team Blackstar, me and Gene here.
Oh yeah,
ready to go.
The worthy and Irvin Showtime Lakers.
Yeah,
running the fast break.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know about Team Blackstar though.
No, they don't. They don't.
A lot of people found out.
Gene was out here in San Francisco last weekend, so we ran some people in beer pong. Team Black started up. People know who we are now.
It was great. I wouldn't say a legend was born. I would say a legend
continued.
Yeah.
The legend continues.
The legacy we built another foundation to the legacy. So
yeah,
so that was a great time. It was a great time. It was a good time watching that Knicks game too.
Yeah. The start of the season went decently well, and not the 4-0 that a lot of us were calling for last show. But 3-1.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's gonna be a lot of that, like, I don't know what you're talking about kind of stuff going on. 3-1's pretty a decent start to the season, though.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That many games in that short of a period.
Yeah, I'll definitely take it, man. Yeah, we didn't get out to the blistering start that we thought, but 3-1's respectable. So.
Yeah, for sure. Why don't we just kind of jump through the games then real quick?
Yeah.
The Pistons game to start us off, that stinker of a game did not go super well and was making us, frankly, a lot of our predictions look pretty asinine right off the bat.
Yeah. I missed the game because of I'll just call it travel complications, and I didn't get to see it, but I was following it, and from just the scoreboard and following the Twitter handle, it just looked like an all around frustrating game to watch. I know it's frustrating watching the score, because I mean, obviously we've probably underestimated Detroit a tad, given they started out 3-0 as well. But I always think that we're a better team than Detroit, and maybe that's just me being an ultimate homer. But I'll eat some tasty crow. On that one. So, but they're playing well. We're playing well, and they got us this time. But we'll see them a few more times throughout the season.
Yeah, it was interesting because the Hawks started like hot in the first quarter. They're looking like the Hawks from the like positive stretch like last year, and then just kind of like wilted under pressure. And the like one loss in and of itself isn't bad or not worrying, but it was the reason they kind of lost that game was kind of why they lost in the playoffs last year. Like the rebounding, if you look at the rebounding numbers, the Pistons had 59 rebounds to 40 for the Hawks. And like
that's terrible.
Yeah. They had 23 offensive rebounds in the game.
I bet Andre Drummond, I bet he had probably half of them.
Yeah, he had 8 offensive rebounds and 19 total. So and then pretty much everybody on their team out rebounded their counterparts. Like Reggie Jackson had 8 rebounds from the guard spot. So, but yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
crazy.
That's the one. It was a little concerning to see that and see that still, that was kind of the reason they went out and got Thiago.
I mean, but if you look at the numbers overall, I mean, they're not that encouraging.
No.
We're getting out rebounded by 30 plus over 4 games.
No.
Offensive boards, defensive boards. Nobody's nobody's hitting the glass as hard as they can. Maybe it's just the size that we don't have. I don't know, but I don't. From me, I mean, obviously, if you put a body on somebody, if you make an effort to team rebound, I think it's something that you can definitely improve on. It's not just a boring statistic that doesn't mean anything. Like rebounding is probably, I'd say, the second or third most telling stat. And if you put a body on somebody, you can improve. You can improve technique and desire to rebound. I think it's a quantifiable stat that you can get better at, and we haven't so far.
I think your mic just cut out a little bit.
You there? Can you hear me?
Yeah. We got you.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know. It's something that you can improve on, I think, and we just need to do a better job.
Yeah, no. It's one of those things, like, if you look at our total rebounding numbers on the year, it's in offensive rebounding, we're 4th from last in offensive rebounding. And rebounds total, we're in the bottom half of the league in total rebounds too. I mean, it's not like, other than the Pistons game, it's not like they've won against a very imposing front, Like the Knicks, it's like, I'm not super about them, like their front lines rebounding all over us, they still, I think that the game on Sunday was the only game we actually out-rebounded the other team.
Yeah.
Which, is a little disappointing to see. I guess, I'm looking at these stats now, and I guess,
I'm not, we're 3-1. That's good. We're finding ways to win games. But I think the stats that we kind of want to do better at and build our foundation on, the 3-point shooting. We're not doing too great at the 3. We're shooting 32%, which is 22nd overall, from what I saw on Basketball Reference. And we're 1st in attempts and 3rd in makes. So, the volume's going to be there. We just need to get more consistent with our makes.
Yeah.
That's 22nd. It's not dead last, but you're closer to last than you are first.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's it's definitely true. It's one of those things that, like, if we were just trying to be another playoff team and get back to the playoffs and like win a couple games or win a series or whatever, like, it wouldn't be that concerning, I think. Sure. And this is obviously probably a little bit of an overreaction to 1 week of the season.
Obviously.
But as like championship contender, like, these are work on picks as this season goes along. Because it's just that kind of level is not be sustainable. They'll win a lot of games, but it's not a sustainable thing in the playoffs for sure.
It's something that we can definitely have our hot takes. We definitely got a little I'd say worried after that first game. coming at home and then just getting smoked like that. You know, it's easy to build a hot take or two, but you know, we have to trust the process, trust the system, trust Bud. You know, we all. I mean, I know myself had issues, you know, with getting on board with, you know, it's a process and you got to build it because of just all the losing and we had in the past, and then the mediocre finishes that we had, you know, more recently, and now we had this new regime, and it's good to see it. It's good to see the progress firsthand, and we just gotta keep the faith. It's only 4 games, but you know, numbers are numbers.
Yeah, you know, then you know, pretty good. And the thing is, like, you know, you got to think they're kind of integrating, you know, a new starter, a couple new guys, and it's definitely like in while the games, it's, you know, it's come and starts and fits at times. Like there's times when it, you know, it looks like they're to blow the door off their team, and they just haven't quite done that yet. It's just one of those run out crazy victories and everything. Yeah, just a little bit more consistent effort. You know, that's the thing you expect to have happen beginning of the season when you're, you know, coming in. A little rest to knock off. There always is.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. But
yeah,
we looked in great in all the other games. You know, we always like to beat down the Hornets at any given, or the Bobcats, Hornets, Bobcats, whoever they go by. We'll definitely lay it down on them. So, yeah, playing against the Charlotte Bobcats or Hornets, whatever. I don't even know what their team name is. You know, they never seem to know what their identity is. They don't have any sort of identity to me, and I would definitely like to check out our record against them. I'd say, like, I don't know, the last 5 or 6 years. See what that is. I'd probably say it's close to 60%, maybe 65%.
Yeah, you know, it's probably pretty good, and it was always easy getting tickets to that game.
Oh yeah,
it was one of the easiest ticket buys, you know.
For sure.
So, but yeah, it's interesting. Kind of getting back to the Detroit. You know, Detroit, they seem like they might be able to surprise some people this year. That trade for Ilyasova is looking like it's working out pretty damn for them. He's, you know, providing exactly what she's with some of that shooting and everything. He's been kind of lights out. I mean, lights out shooting. He definitely was in the game against us. But yes, so
yeah,
it's always interesting. Go ahead.
You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you were just kind of cutting in and out.
Okay.
Hopefully the technical difficulties won't show up on the other side, but we'll truck on. Their pieces look impressive. I mean, they've got a couple injuries, and you know, they're playing well. I've always liked Stan Van Gundy as a coach. I remember I was harping and campaigning for him when we had our opening once upon a time, right before he got the job with Detroit. But he's got him playing well. And we'll see him later. For sure, I think.
Yeah. Well, moving on to the Knicks game, which might have been one of their better performances, I think, kind of top to bottom. You know, it's always in playing the Knicks and seeing what's going on with that tonight. I think Mr. Porzingis
Crispy.
made two. So are you gonna try that name? Try that
I
name
like
out,
crispy.
Rice
Rice Krispie treat. Right.
Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah, Rice Krispie treats. Some with crispy treats. I'll figure it out. Come back to me. I can do better. I promise.
Yeah, he's I think he made two new fans in that game. Sure.
Yeah,
I enjoyed watching him play.
Yeah, I like the little flashes that he's had here and there. I just saw him tonight getting some buckets. He's a solid player, man. He can hit every shot. I mean, that's what you want. He can shoot it. He can shoot lights out. Up to the three. He can do everything on the floor. And once he gets comfortable in his own body in the game and realize and he grows into being an NBA player, possibly watch out, you know.
Yeah. No, I think the most impressive thing, the thing you see with a lot of like young big guys is they just look awkward when they move around the floor.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like graceful, you know. He looks like he belongs in his body, which is not true of all big men.
Yeah. He runs like a guard, you know. He runs like he has guard skills, like him and Anthony Davis and Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, they're all 7-foot guards essentially with guard skills, and they can shoot and they have touch, and those guys are pretty scary, you know. they can rebound, they can defend pretty much every position. They're all, it's like the league is breeding, you know, mini Kevin Garnett's left and right, you know.
Yeah. I am sad that Adam's not here this time, so we could talk about his boy, Sasha Vujacic.
Oh, his boy. Oh, yeah, Adam. Hey, if you listen to this, you sucker. Your boy Jason Schwartzman, aka aka Sloppy Vujovic, aka Sloppy McBuckets.
He was predictably terrible.
Yeah, he's predictably annoyingly terrible. It's not that he's just bad; it's that he's annoying when he's bad.
2 for 8. He had a -18 plus minus. Oof, man, the plus minuses for the whole Knicks starting lineup, not great. That game, not great.
Your boy, Adam, your boy.
Yeah, when you listen to this, just
your
know,
boy.
He's your boy.
Yeah, boy.
But yeah, I mean, I thought that. Yeah, the
good
Hawks looked good. We got to watch that one together. That was nice. You know, they did a really good job of limiting them from 3-point range, which was good. Carmelo went 0 for 7. I thought the defense was pretty good. For the most part.
Our defense so far this year has been great. You know, we're harping on the getting out rebounded and, you know, shooting pretty mediocre from 3, but our field goal percentages are good. We're 7th in the league in field goal percentage and 4th for opponents against. So that's great. That's great. You know, their opponents are only shooting 39% against us as a whole. So that's great. You know, we need to keep getting a hand up and running off the 3. Do you know what opponents are shooting are against us against 3? I didn't see.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Opponent. There we go.
Oh, I got it. 35%.
35.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's 20. That's 20th.
Yeah.
In the league.
So that sounds like that's one area we need to clean up on defense. 3-point. And
it's usually like, you know, like I said previous, it's usually that second and third pass to the weak side
Yep.
when the teams move the ball around, and our rotation, it's just still not great, and they're getting wide open shots.
Yeah. Well, that was like in one of the Charlotte games, Jeremy Lamb, whose spoiler alert isn't good, was like cannon tons of threes just because of that exact thing. The rotations were a step slow.
Yeah.
It's just a step, like one step slow. That's all some of these good shooters in the league need, is that one step, and they're going to bury that.
Yeah.
So I don't really, I'm not sure I know what the solution is for that particularly, but it's something I'm sure Coach Bud and the rest of his staff will be, working on in the coming weeks.
Let's hope so.
Coming weeks. So 2 wins versus the Hornets, which is always good. That schedule was really weird. Having played back to back.
Yeah, we have another weird. We got 2 back-to-backs this coming week for our games. We got back-to-backs Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I think Friday and Saturday against the Heat and the Nets, the Pelicans, and the Wizards. So all good teams. Well, except for the Nets, they're bad. Like really bad. So I think I want to play the Wizards, man. I want to see how we look against the Wizards. I want to see how Teague looks against John Wall this year, because John Wall, from highlights I've seen, oh man, he looks like he's. I don't know if it's possible to get faster at this point, but it looks like he's gotten a step quicker, and he's just everywhere. Havoc on defense. Havoc on offense.
Yeah. Well, and Bradley Beal, who has taken a lot more playmaking, I think responsibilities onto his shoulder, which is only going to help and make that team more dangerous. As long as they can get over having Randy Whitman as their coach.
Yeah. they definitely win in spite of him. Not big, like he. I wish we could. We'll need to find that gif of the
video
of the clipboard.
Oh man! If you haven't seen it, you need to look it up. Randy Whitmore and clipboard. I'm pretty sure it's the first thing that pops up. It's fantastic.
Yes, our 2 listeners, please look this up. It's hilarious. I guarantee you'll get a chuckle.
Yeah, it's pretty priceless. But yeah, if they can get over him as a coach, they're going to be a little scary this year. Seems like Otto Porter's kind of figured some of his stuff out. And, they're going, although I hate Chris Humphries and think he's terrible. He's been playing well early for them. Which has helped them out.
So what do you think? What do you think our prospects are this week? What do you think our overall record will be?
Yeah, let me put the schedule here. So we have Miami, Brooklyn, New Orleans, Washington.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go another 3-1.
3-1.
3-1 week. I think they lose to Miami. Who's looked good just because it's at Miami, and Miami's looked good coming out. Coming out. Although the Washington game will be hard just because it's the second night of a back-to-back. And it's weird. It's interesting because back-to-backs, too, are like they're away and home games, so it's not even like
they're not consistent.
Travel and stuff. Yeah, so they're having to travel for him, which I don't know. Now I'm looking at this schedule. I'm like, kind of like, what the hell?
Yeah, I was looking at it, and it took me a second to kind of get. I was like, we're playing 2 back-to-backs, but we're traveling both days. I think we'll go 2-2.
Yeah, I think that's probably more realistic.
Realistic. me, the homer that I am, I would say 3-1. But realistically 2-2.
Yeah, with probably losses to unfortunately, both the two division teams, Miami and Washington.
Yeah.
Will be my call. New Orleans is just so injured right now.
Yeah,
they don't really scare me too much.
They can't stay healthy for shit, man.
No.
It's bad.
Yeah. Well, Tyreek's out like a month or two. Then Drew Holiday's still coming back off that leg injury. And this just look like he's pressing a little bit because of some of these things.
And Eric Gordon cannot wait to injure his shoulder. Cannot wait to pop a shoulder, pull a hammy, tweak a knee. He's a walking pectoral strain waiting to happen.
Like, frankly, that's one good thing of the schedule, I guess, is that our at New Orleans game is that early in the season. Actually, what the hell? This schedule's so weird. So we play them on Friday, and then we play them next Wednesday as well.
At home?
At home. What in the schedule's so weird. It's like loaded up with like playing the same team within a few days, like kind of throughout the schedule. Whatever. Weird, man.
It's very interesting.
Like we have a back-to-back with the Knicks, and we're playing the Knicks twice in a row in January. I would like to see how often that happens.
Probably more often than you think.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe it's, because we're doing this podcast, it's the first time I've really looked at the schedule that hard. But I don't know. But yeah, 2-2 I think would be very respectable. I would love to, you'd love to win them all, obviously, but
right.
3-1 is the homer in me. 2-2 is the realist in me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but it will be nice to play Miami and Washington and kind of get a feel for. I think that'll be good measuring sticks early in the season to kind of where we stand in the East pecking order.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't. I don't know how good we are yet. We can talk about the numbers, but. Outside of the Detroit loss, I mean, I don't really know how good we are because we haven't really, I wouldn't say we haven't been tested, but I think everybody's kind of making fine adjustments. Corver's not quite there yet, I think. And so we'll see how good we are. This next week. Yeah,
it'll be really interesting. The Heat are playing really well. The Wizards are playing well right now, so it'll be good to see. Good to find some stuff out early. Kind of, I feel like the big elephant in the room is what is the deal with Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Let's talk about it, man. There is. I haven't seen an explanation. I haven't seen. I mean, not that we necessarily need one. We're not credentialed media yet, but he hasn't played at all. I mean, I haven't seen him. He's dressed. I've seen him dressed.
He was only dressed that one game though. I'm pretty sure he was only dressed that Knicks game.
Yeah.
I don't think he's. Oh no, he is. Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay, no, he was dressed the first Charlotte game too. The Knicks game and the first Charlotte game.
Yeah, but he hasn't played yet.
Hasn't played. I'm really hoping that it's just a case of he's still trying to get acclimated to the squad and the rotation and everything, because that would be quite a waste of a first-round pick if
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I can't. Any reason I can think of as to why he should be playing. You know, there's so many reasons. You know, he's in a contract year. You know, as far as his rookie deal goes.
Well, they picked up his option too.
His option is no. This is his third year. This is his third year, isn't it? Okay, never mind.
He picked up his fourth year option for next year.
Yeah, and then he'll be a restricted free agent. Okay, right, yeah. Right. I don't know why he's not playing. I don't know. He's not hurt. He's not listed on any injury report. I would assume that he's practicing.
Yeah, it's, you know, and like a guy that probably a lot of people didn't think was going to get much, if any, run this year. You know, Lamar Patterson's been kind of taking those minutes. Like, I don't know if he's just like killing him in practice or something. And like, you know, Lamar Patterson's just taking it to Tim Hardaway and like proving that he should be out there. But, you know, like you don't give up a first round pick for a player in his third year to just sit him on the bench or keep him inactive when, you know, you could have had a first round pick that maybe has more upside, like a Sam Decker or a Kelly Oubre, and do the exact same thing with them. Like
or even draft like a European player and get the rights to someone, you know, great overseas and stash them away and develop them. Not just, I mean, there's got to be a reason. There's got to be some sort of some sort of method to the madness there.
Yeah, because it legitimately doesn't make sense from a basketball standpoint or a professional organizational standpoint, unless there's something, you know, we haven't seen or aren't seeing in practice, or, you know, I mean, he seems like when he's on the bench, he seems engaged with the games and everything, and engaged with his teammates too. So it's, you know, I have a hard time seeing it as like an attitude issue or something. But maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe Patterson's just getting some run right now to see what he's got, to see what he can do. I think from what I have seen of Patterson, I would say he kind of offers more creativity off the dribble. And kind of can create a shot more for someone else. You know, he's in the NBA. He can probably take a shot whenever he wanted to, but can you create for somebody else? Probably so far, I'd say, based on Hardaway's career as a shooter and a scorer, I would say that Patterson probably offers more creativity wise.
Yeah, that's, you know, an interesting take. I think I was kind of wondering how Patterson would look against this type of competition, but I don't think he's looked out of place.
No,
which is nice to see, especially for a guy who is fighting for that last roster spot. You know, I mean, he's the 15th man, technically. You know, came down to the last cuts before he, you know, knew he was going to stay with the squad this year.
So I'd say, you know, we got it. What we were saying earlier, we got to trust it. We got to trust the process.
Yeah.
You know, so I would put faith in Bud and think that it's a game plan scheming. You know, Patterson's offering more at this point, and who knows? You know, injuries might work. You know, who knows what could happen? You know, somebody could pull up lame. Somebody could tweak a toe or the hip or something. You know, you never know who could get nicked up. Yeah. And what I like is that our guys, we do have a professional kind of attitude of staying ready and guys ready to get in there and compete.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's the team. It's that team culture, you know. It's that Spursian culture that you know, that we're trying to get in our organization, where you know, you get you get everybody buying into the system and buying into what's happening and what's going on in the court, and that, you know, the coach is going to put you in the best position to succeed when you just know your strengths, you know. So maybe you're right. Maybe it's the case that he's knowing the strengths right now and just needs a little bit more of that at this point in time. But man, if he doesn't play a decent chunk this year, I think it's a wasted first round draft pick.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there was talent out there to be had. You traded Kelly Oubre Jr. I mean, he's going to be good, you know. He's going to be a serviceable NBA player at the very least.
Yeah, so it'll kind of remains to be seen what happens with that. I definitely would like to see him get a little bit around this week at some point. Especially with the back-to-backs, having two of them. I would think that would be a good time, especially with how they've been resting Kyle and Tabo. So far early in the season, I think you would expect to see him a little bit at least. One of the games this week.
Yeah. Well, the counter's up to 4, so we'll see if the count goes on next week's episode. Yeah,
I mean, I think if we're talking about this next week and he hasn't played, I'm gonna be concerned.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be concerned.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
So hopefully we're not talking about it next week.
I mean, I'd love to see him go out there and drop 15 points, get 3 rebounds, have an assist, and a win.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at it now. I think trying to see if him and Shelvin Mack might be the only people who haven't played so far this season.
Shelvin Whack.
Which is interesting because, I feel like maybe even more so than taking Hardaway's minutes. I think Patterson's probably taken Shelvin Whack, I think you called him. Shelvin.
Oh, yeah.
Shelvin Max minutes a little bit. So, he's definitely not in the long plans for this team.
Hopefully we can trade him as a contract throw-in, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, something. I'm pretty sure. I think his contract's up after this year, or is non-guaranteed or something next year. So, he's a serviceable NBA player. He doesn't really excite you very much for anything other than maybe your third point guard off the bench.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I was just diving into these stats a little bit, and we talked about this a little bit before the show. But Bum Juice player of the week.
Bum Juice player of the week.
I know. I feel like we need a little jingle or something.
Yeah.
So we had a tough time. We had a tough time choosing between two Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, we almost could do a co-Bum Juice, but I think one definitely outshat the other.
I'm going to say based on that one play.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was definitely one play was the tipping scale, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Congratulations, Spencer Hawes. You are our inaugural Bum Juice player of the week for the season.
Yay!
Good work having a ponytail, being tall, and sucking at basketball.
Yeah, and for the play in question, it was Spencer Draws. He tried to pull up for 3 over the Godfather Al Horford, which, yeah, buddy, that's not gonna happen. Gets his shot sent. Al grabs it, runs the fast break, gives him a little Euro step, hits the brakes. He flies right by. Gets the layup, and Spencer Hawes just goes fumbling into the first row.
Yeah.
It was great.
So he was particularly bad in everything I've seen out there. So the first game they played on whatever day that was, Friday. The first game they played on Friday, Spencer Hawes went 4 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 for free throws, which is not good. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 turnovers, and 5 personal fouls. That's
and 5 fouls.
And went
juice.
plus or -9. Only to top himself on Sunday by going 1 of 8, 0 of 2 from the 3-point line with that rejection. One of those 2 misses. 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover, 4 fouls, and -2 in 18 minutes.
Bum juice.
Bum juice player of the week. I feel like I want like a stamp graphic or something that I can hit the screen with it.
Yeah. We gotta get our graphics people on that.
I know, right? I think they do like custom stamps and stuff. That would be a fun one to get. A bum juice custom stamp.
Nice. And as my parting gift for this week's show, I would like to
Hold on. Let's because I do want to talk about how Cody Zeller was too.
Okay. Yes.
I do. I do want to.
We can't forget him. I mean, like
he's
not just gonna skate on this one.
Very close, because frankly, his plus minuses are atrocious. I think is the correct word for it. The first game, 17 minutes. I'm not even gonna read his other stats. Irrelevant. He was -27 in plus minus, which is god awful given nobody else on his team was worse than -9.
God, what an idiot!
He was -27 in his time out on the court.
So he was definitely the number 4 pick in the draft, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
God. Like, okay, let's talk about this, man. Like, what is Michael Jordan's obsession with medium-sized white dudes who are good at college but are gonna flame out in the pros? Like, he has this special hard-on for Adam Morrison, Zeller, Spencer Hawes. Like, I don't get it, MJ. I don't get it.
Well, maybe he was thinking if he just keeps drafting them, one of them will turn out to be good. You gotta play odds a little bit on the tall white guy roulette, right?
Frank Kaminsky. I mean, it's like, come on, man. Like, we get it. We know you want to find the next Dirk Nowitzki, but sometimes it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
I will say, and so the next game was -15, which was also the worst on his team by 10. He was plus or minus -15.
What a sucker!
So, that's terrible.
Pair of suckers, man. Pair of blow pops, as Gucci would say.
You know what? I'll make an executive decision. Co-bum juice players of the week. I knew it. We'll call him Spency Zaz. Spency Zaz, the bum juice player of the week.
Yeah. Congratulations to both of you guys.
Yeah.
We'll be sending out some awesome DMs and great memes, some dank ass memes later. So hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah, and I think what makes it even worse is they are getting away in the way of Frank Kaminsky playing, who might not be as terrible.
Yeah, we don't know if he's bad. Like, he could be worse, but we don't know if he's going to be worse.
Yeah, I mean, he played 6 minutes in the one game, hit his only shot, a 3-pointer.
1,000% batting 1,000.
Played 14 minutes in the other one, was 2 of 5. 3 rebounds, 1 assist. +8, plus or minus. So,
hey,
It's better than what.
Giving you positive minutes.
Yeah,
that's all
you can ask for.
That's all you can ask for, man. Like that's all you can do is, hey, am I doing good things? Are good things happening while I'm here? Oh, they are. Okay, great. Let's move on.
Yep. So, I fully expect to see Mr. Kaminsky, Mr. my boy. I mean, he's my boy. I went to Wisconsin, so
yeah,
I love Kaminsky. But I fully expect his playing time to increase as the year goes on, and well, hopefully their coach isn't dumb and realizes that he's better than both Spencer Hawes and Cody Zeller and figures that out fairly quickly.
Probably combined too. Like if it was even like a half like Cody Zeller, Spencer Hawes, like homunculus or something like.
You mean Spency Zaz?
You mean, yeah, Spency Zaz. He'd still be better than both of those, or whatever.
That guy. Better than good old Spency Zaz.
Spency Zaz. Man, I'm probably never gonna forget that.
Nope. I'm just calling the combination of the two of them.
That's great. That's great.
All right. So you got something to send us off on a good note?
So yeah, this is the my parting shot for today. So while I was out in Cali, doing some work stuff and hanging out with the other side of Team Blackstar here, we went to a fabulous place called Old
Street Foundry.
Old Street Foundry, and
Old Street Foundry, man.
What? Wait, what?
Folsom
Street Foundry. Folsom Street Foundry. Greatest place on earth. It is the greatest place on earth. If you're listening to this and you hear about it, go there. You won't be disappointed.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they do a video game night. It's crazy. It's wild. It's a lot of fun.
Tuesday through Thursday, go do it. You will not regret it at all. So Colin and I, we put together a list, and we're going to refer to this list as the I'd Risk It All Dream Team. This list is comprised of certain charlatans that would that you'd go that extra mile for. You would they would get some roses. They get their pick of the Netflix category. Things like that, high class, because that's how we do it here. So we came up with this list. The captain, the starter, the MVP.
Super talented. These are all very talented women. Very talented women.
Yes, and they excel at their job.
Increases their attraction.
Yes, they're smart. They have great basketball minds, and we love to hear their opinions on everything.
Yeah.
With the round ball.
Yes.
So
anyways, continue.
Yeah, so we'll start off. Kristen Ledlow, MVP. Number 2, we're gonna go with Skylar Diggins. Great guard, good handle. Number 3, we're gonna go with Sue Bird. Hall of Famer, great player. Number 4. And I'll get your opinion here, Carl. I don't know.
Yeah, we went back and forth on a couple.
We went back and forth on a couple of these. I say we should put her as the head coach of the team, and slide somebody else in. Becky Hammond. I think we should have her coaching the team, and then replace her.
Running tricks around people in the summer.
Yeah, dude, and
she's gonna be the first female head coach of the league.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and it should be with the expansion team that goes to Seattle. Because let's be honest, that would be freaking perfect.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I say we leave her at head coach, and the number, what are we at? Number 4.
3. Who would be said?
Kristen Ledlow, Skylar Diggins, Sue Bird.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got 3.
So we got 3.
Number 4.
Number 4, I'm going to go with Hannah Storm. We're going to go with Hannah Storm. She always had the pleasures of doing the NBA on NBC intros and halftime and all that. So I grew up.
Our veteran team leader.
Vetty. She's a veteran. She knows where she knows where the ball needs to go in the last minute. And finally, the 5th starting member of the I'd Risk It All Dream Team is Sage Steele.
Yep. Enough said.
Drops mic, walks off stage. No. So that's
all very talented, beautiful.
All very
women.
talented, all very ambitious, beautiful ladies, and you guys should follow the show if you ever listen to this, which will probably be never, but hey, a boy can dream, can he?
He can dream. Utmost respect for those very talented ladies. I would love to talk basketball with any one of them.
Absolutely.
In my life.
Absolutely. We'd risk it all. We risk it all.
All right. On that lovely note, you have anything else you want to add before we sign off here?
Nah, man.
Kept it under an hour this week.
Under an hour,
and having 2 people.
And we kept it. We streamlined it, kept it efficient, and hopefully it sounds good and get some more listeners. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, a reminder, if you want to ask us questions or leave us comments, you can hit us up at atlhawksnest@gmail.com or on Twitter at atlhawksnest. And please send in your questions. And thanks for watching. We'll catch you all next week. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.